So Moana 2 happened, and it exists, and it's out there in theaters right now, and it's making a lot of money. But unfortunately, I just don't think it's really all that good. It has some good moments. Like, there are some really excellent moments, honestly, towards the end, and some great visuals. Like, there's one thing where, like, Moana's about to touch something and then is, like, about to get struck by a bolt of lightning at the same time, and that is a stunning visual. And towards the start of the film, there's like this vision sequence that I personally really enjoyed. But unfortunately, this film overall is just quite a letdown. First, the animation is not the greatest. There are a lot of just moments within the animation that feel pretty awkward, and I was looking at it and I was just like, this just doesn't look that good. And a lot of that is because this was supposed to be a TV show. And for those TV shows, they don't get the kind of budget for animation that films get. So the animation always looks a step down. So what Disney probably had to do was that they had to take this stepped down TV show animation and sort of like animate on top of it to try to compensate for the lower quality animation. And like, it was fine, but on a big IMAX screen, it was just so noticeable for me. And what's also disappointing is that, you don't have Moana and Maui together until like over halfway through the movie. Like, that chemistry between the two that made the first movie so enjoyable just is not there nearly as much to help lift this movie above being like pretty average. There's also some side characters here who are just really annoying in one note. Like, all three of them just don't have many complexities at all and just kind of like a stereotype assigned for each. And that's just all they are for the whole film, which is pretty frustrating because it's just like, all right, like, there's not more to you guys. You guys are just kind of like this one stereotype or archetype or however you want to call it. And they didn't make the movie more fun. They just made it annoying and took away from Moana and Maui and the time that we could have had with them. And finally, just the music was pretty disappointing as well, which was just really unfortunate. There was no song that really stood out except this one song called Get Lost, which is sung by like the Bat Lady villain who is introduced in the trailers a bit and made out to be like kind of the big villain, but shows up and then just kind of goes away in the middle of the film, and you don't actually get to like stick with her at all, which was pretty disappointing because I thought she was a pretty fun character and she does get the best song in the movie, so I wish we got more of her. But unfortunately, probably in due part to the TV show structure, we don't. This movie is going to make a lot of money, and they're gonna make more Moana movies, and they're gonna do this with more of their films, where the first one is like really interesting and unique, and then you just make a sequel and the animation is worse and there's just more frustrations throughout the film that just aren't necessary, and it just loses its luster completely, which is really unfortunate because I was going into this film hoping to have a pretty good time. And I was pretty optimistic when I probably shouldn't have been. With that being said, I'm gonna be giving this film 2.5 stars. It still does have its moments. It's enjoyable at times, but overall it's pretty disappointing. But anyways, what about all of you? What did you think of Moana 2? Please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to start a discussion, and I'll see you all in the next movie review. Take care.